In March's double retrograde, a cosmic reset, you didn't see coming. You probably didn't expect this. One retrograde is chaotic enough, but two, the universe isn't playing fair this month. Venus retrograde kicked in on March 1st, and now Mercury is about to follow on the 15th. It's like the universe is pressing pause, rewind, and play all at once. And trust me, you're about to feel it in ways you never expected. Oh, and if you were born during a certain time frame, this retrograde will hit you harder than anyone else. If that's you, you need to know what's coming. I'll explain more on that later, so stay with me. But first, let's clear up a common misconception about retrogrades. Because no, things aren't just going backwards. This is something much, much bigger. Retrogrades aren't just delays, they're rewrites. Most people think retrogrades are all about delays, miscommunications, and ghosts from the past suddenly reappearing. That's only half the story. This double retrograde isn't just reversing events, it's rewriting them. Venus retrograde is already distorting how we perceive love, desire, and self-worth. Now, Mercury is stepping in, throwing miscommunication and cosmic plot twists into the mix. And here's where it gets even weirder. March 15th, a date with cosmic chaos. Mercury retrograde begins on March 15th, but that's not all. Something else is happening on this day. Something most people don't even realize. March 15th is infamous in history. It's known as the Ides of March, a day of betrayal, chaos, and sudden reversals. And this year, the universe is echoing that same energy. Except this time, the betrayal isn't happening in ancient Rome. It's happening in your inbox, your relationships, and even inside your own mind. Expect miscommunication at a level you've never seen before. Texts will be misread. Conversations will be misunderstood. Agreements will fall apart over a single misplaced word. Paranoia will be in the air like static electricity. And the worst part? It won't just be other people getting things wrong. You might find yourself believing illusions too. Sometimes the biggest betrayals don't come from others. They come from your own mind. How to flip the retrograde in your favor. Here's the secret no one talks about. If you know how to navigate this, you can actually use it to your advantage. The same energy that creates confusion also heightens intuition. If you stop reacting and start listening, you'll begin to see what's real and what's just a distortion. While others get caught in the web of misunderstandings and drama, you'll be 10 steps ahead, catching the signals hidden in the chaos. And trust me, there will be signals. Emotional sensitivity is about to skyrocket. Over the next few weeks, something bizarre is going to happen with your emotions, and they might not even be yours. Ever walked into a room and instantly felt a wave of anxiety, sadness, or excitement before anyone even spoke? Now imagine that, but turned up to 100. During this time, you'll start feeling other people's emotions so vividly that you might not even realize they're not your own. Sudden sadness with no clear cause. Random anxiety only to find out later a friend was struggling at that exact moment. Laughing harder than usual, crying unexpectedly, or feeling drained after social interactions. Empaths will feel this the hardest. But here's the thing. This is also a gift. If you recognize what's happening, you can use this emotional connection to your advantage. You'll be able to read people with eerie accuracy, seeing what's really going on beneath the surface. Because while people may lie, their energy never does. However, if you don't set boundaries, this energy will drain you fast. Something else is reaching out, and it's not human. If things already sound strange, get ready, because this retrograde isn't just messing with emotions. It's thinning the veil between worlds. Some people will see them, some will hear them, some will simply feel watched. Have you noticed whispers when no one is there? Shadows shifting just at the edges of your vision. That eerie sensation of being observed, only to turn around and find nothing? At first, you might chalk it up to imagination, but the more you ignore it, the more persistent it becomes. Not all of these presences are negative. Some are just passing through, drawn by the energy shifts. Some might even be trying to communicate, guiding you toward realizations you wouldn't have reached otherwise. But if something feels off, if the air suddenly changes and you feel drained or uneasy, that's when you need to be careful. Because the more you acknowledge these energies, the more they notice you back. Reality is glitching. Are you noticing it? Your senses are supposed to stay in their lanes. Sight for your eyes, sound for your ears, taste for your tongue. But right now, those boundaries are dissolving. A song that doesn't just sound beautiful, but looks like a burst of color in your mind. A memory so intense it almost has a flavor, like something you could taste. Emotions that don't just sit in your chest, but radiate in strange physical ways, like pressure, heat, or texture. This isn't just some random brain quirk. It's called synesthesia, a rare phenomenon where senses overlap. Usually people are born with it. But during this retrograde, it's happening spontaneously, even to those who've never experienced it before. It's as if reality itself is glitching, rewiring how we process the world. Maybe it's the planets distorting our perception. Or maybe it's something deeper, something waking up inside us, forcing us to tune into a frequency we normally ignore. This retrograde isn't temporary, it's a test. Most people think retrogrades are just a brief shakeup, some miscommunication, a little drama, and then everything goes back to normal. But if you've been feeling off for a while, even before March started, that's not your imagination. Retrogrades don't just hit and leave. They creep in before they officially begin, and they linger long after they end. Right now, we're deep in the shadow zone, and this period isn't just a warning, it's a test. Certain themes are showing up in your life again because the universe is watching. If you think everything will suddenly make sense the moment Mercury goes direct, think again. The only way out of this energy is through it. Who will feel this the most? Not everyone experiences this energy the same way. For some, it's just an inconvenience, minor delays, misunderstandings, little bumps in the road. But for others, this retrograde will change everything. If you have strong Taurus, Libra, Gemini, or Virgo placements, you're not just feeling this retrograde, you're living it. Venus rules Taurus and Libra, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. And right now, both planets are in full rebellion. The things you thought were certain, they're being questioned. The beliefs you held on to, crumbling. You're being given a choice. Keep repeating the same patterns, or finally break free from them. Because this retrograde isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. And if you recognize the opportunity hidden within the chaos, you might just come out of this stronger than ever,